Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm bringing you a one sheet wonder. Often when I do one sheet wonders, I make like as many cards as possible. I've just made 6. Still not bad out of one sheet of DSP. And I've just tied a ribbon around them because I'm going to give this as a little extra Christmas present. Christmas is probably gone by the time you see this. I shared the project on my blog before Christmas. It was a sneak peek of the new catalogue that's either due out or is out. I don't know when I'm going to schedule this. So this is some free DSP in celebration. So I made 6 cards. I kept it quite simple, so I've done 4 this way and 2 this way. Only because I cut one piece wrong. So yeah, that's how it kind of necessitated that, made that necessary. But I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. And on the inside, I have put some DSP as well. There's only one little strip, one long strip, one little strip of the sheet left over for a scrap busting task at some point. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I made them. So I thought I'd use this paper. I've forgotten what it's called. It's called Favoured Flowers, and it's 12 sheets in a pack, 2 of each of the 6 designs, and it's free with a £45 order during celebration. So we've got these lovely florals on a black background. So we've got Clips of Coral, Petal Pink, Rich Raspberry, I want to say Fresh Freesia, I'm going from memory here, Mossy Meadow and Evening Evergreen, and obviously Basic Black in the back. So that is all the flowers there together. Here we've got some Rich Raspberry and Fresh Freesia. Well, it's mainly Fresh Freesia, I think. Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. Did I say Calypso Coral? Probably not. Again, Rich Raspberry there and Fresh Freesia. Calypso Coral there. It might just be a graduated going lighter Calypso Coral as opposed to having some Petal Pink in with it. And that's them all together there. So that's the one side, the floral side, and then we've got the plain side. So we've got some Petal Pink, Rich Raspberry, Mossy Meadow and Evening Evergreen. I thought these green ones would be good masculine cards. Clips of Coral, Fresh Freesia. So they're the cards. So paper. I'm going to make some cards. So I thought I'd do one sheet wonder. Not done one for a while. And I thought I'd just make up a quick set of cards for mother-in-law for Christmas. Part of a Christmas present. That's what I thought I'd do. I thought I might force myself to use a colour I'm not over fond of. And then see if I can fall in love with it. Or shall I use that busy one with them all in? Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Do you know, I'm terrible at deciding. I think I might use that one. Actually, that's what I think I might do. So I am thinking of just making sort of 6 straightforward cards with this, using like the entire sheet. And I might use a bit of the other side. So I'm thinking, shall I cut it down to the smaller mat, and then I could mat in the colour and then put it on a black background? Yeah, thinking that. Yeah, so if I'm going that way, you need to cut it down there. So I'm cutting here at 3 5/8. So it's going to be double matted. Shall I? Do you know, I'm going to do it at a single mat just in case I change my mind. So 3 5/8 is where we're going. And then, no, it's 3 7/8. And then 5 5/8. That is UK size. Yeah, I can always trim it down, but if I've committed to making it a smaller mat, then I'm a bit stuffed then. So there we go, 2 nice mats. Got a wee little scrap which we will probably use for something else. So I'm kind of committing myself, well, I'm not really, I could still use that any orientation that I chose to do. It wouldn't matter which way up they are. I might do 3 one way and 3 the other, but the cutting of it don't really make any difference. Oh, I've done that one smaller. There we go. So I am doing 2 smaller, so they will be double matted. That's because I'm chatting and not concentrating. It's not the end of the world. So we'll end up with a bigger piece of scrap. So that one's going to be smaller. I'm going to cut these correct on the yellow mark, Jez. Well, it's not like the other one's incorrect. Nice big scrap there. It's just my yellow's faded. It's there. Find it much easier just to mark up, and I don't have to think about it, but I might redo that yellow because I can't see it very well. There we go. Now I can. I do them in pairs of colours, so I know. There we go. So I've got a few little scraps, and there's my bases. So one of the thoughts that I had was that I might cut a strip and turn the other side under so that we've got a little bit of colour on the edge. Let me just get a card blank. So I've quickly cut 6 card bases there in basic black. So that on there like so. Obviously I've got the smaller ones, they're going to have a mat around, and which might make it pop a bit more, so I'm going to check that out. So I think I'm going to get Calypso Coral and make some mats. So there's my Calypso Coral mats, and then this is where I might think, oh, I want to do it to all of them. So that one mat on there. I just cut it 1/4 inch shorter, thinner, so we get an 1/8 inch border like so. That does pop a bit better, doesn't it? But I am going to do something else. So I thought, I did it on a Christmas card and I really liked it, so I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to take this stitched scalloped edge from Scalloped Contours, and what I thought I'd do, cover that glare, is if I cut a bit off the end like that, and then I'm hoping I can just flip that to be a colour on the other side. The thing is, it's going to have to flip from top to bottom, so it might be a bit tricky. So I am going to try and centre that so that the same over each edge, so hopefully it will fit. If it doesn't, I have plan B, so I'm going to get that cut. So I thought I'd show you what I'm doing. So I've got a magnetic platform here, and I just put it, and I was eyeballing it, and I thought I can't afford to eyeball, so I'm measuring. So that is about 1/4 inch. That's way more than 1/4 inch. So let's pull it back a bit more. I'm not one for measuring in this way, but if I want it to be the same, then I'm going to have to. There we go. Quarter. Let's just go over. It's just 1/4. Easy to see and measure. There we go. I think they're even, so I'm going to get that cut. So that's it cut. Be careful if you're using washi tape that when you go through your die cutter, it does really push it hard, and so sometimes it might be difficult to peel away, because and you might get some rippage, so do be careful. So my hope is that when we flip that, it will fit. And so it does. It's a handmade card, so it might be slightly out, and you decide yourself if you're happy with that. If you're not, then I do have an alternative. So the alternative is to cut a strip out of your second sheet of paper, or if not, we have colour families, stacks, and we have Clips Coral in that. So we could use one of these, or we could go with the Petal Pink, which is that one. Oh, Craft a Lounge. I am in the middle of a December daily project, and so that does cause me to have a lot of stuff on my desk. So you could just cut a strip of that to pop underneath rather than sticking that one on. So that is your alternative idea. That's got both colours in. There you go. We're just the lighter, quite like that. Petal Pink. Try the dots. Clips Coral. I quite like the Petal Pink, to be honest. Yeah, I might do that. So that is my alternative idea. So I'm just going to cut. How much do I need to cut? Just to stick underneath. We need a bit more than an inch, don't we? Oh no, we're going to come in a bit. An inch would be enough. So we'll cut an inch strip off this. I'm going to go there to 4. So I know that's 2. And I can handle it a bit better because I will make more than one. There we are. And I need to cut it the other way, which is 3 and let's measure 3 7/8, isn't it? Yeah. No, oh, that was nearly a disaster. Nearly a disaster. I mean, you could stick it on the whole width, whole length rather, and then stick that on. But then you'd have it going up, and I don't want that. I want it to be the same. So it needs to be the length, so it needs to be 5 5/8. So it is the same height as that one. Little scrap. So I'm going to stick this down first, and then stick the other down. Where's my glue? Bit of glue. Oh, I didn't check that one out. I'm going with dots. Oh, does this need a poke? Didn't feel like there was anything down there. Maybe it's my hands. Yeah. This cold snap we're having in the UK has proper played havoc with my joints. It's not, I sound like, oh, I sound really old there. But I've never noticed cold affect my joints before. And probably because I've never got this cold. I've never worried about putting the heating on. Ed's told me not to worry and just put it on. I couldn't lock the door properly yesterday. Got 2 deadlocks on our front door. One with a proper old-fashioned big deadlock key, and one with like a Yale key style. And it was the Yale key one. I couldn't turn it in the lock, so I had to go out with just the one locks, because physically my fingers couldn't do it. It's not unusual. I can't open our back door, so I rarely go out the back, and if I do, I just have to open the Ed's in to open the door for me. So yeah, I think I'm just finding it hard to squeeze. Anyway, I haven't worried about the heating. He's working from home today, and we had decided that he would have just a little oil-fired radiator in the dining room, because I'm never usually cold in my craft room, so I don't have the heating on during the day. But it's been that cold, so he went to put the radio on. I went, let's just have the heating on. Let's treat ourselves. It's Christmas. Let's have the heating on. It's terrible, isn't it? I won't bore you with my political thoughts on it. There we go. So that is my idea there. I'm liking that. Let's just slip that in. That would be what it would look like if I did it the other way. But I've done it that way. And I could then use that bit. Oh, cooking on gas now. Could use that bit on the inside. Fantastic. So I need a white bit for the inside, so I'm going to get those ready. So I've just cut some Whisper White mats, which are going to go on the inside, and then I can stick that one on, which, yeah, follow the pattern, and that could go on the inside like that. That's pretty neat and cool. I'm liking that, doing that. So I do sometimes I do it all the time, make it up as I go along. But then you get inspiration from what you're doing. I might leave a tiny little line there. Otherwise it might just get a little bit lost. Oh, will I do it in a way? Well, you've got no option now, Jez, because it's stuck. Yeah, liking that. Glue that down. And then all we need is a sentiment. So that's the inside done. So then we just need a little sentiment on there. So I was deciding whether or not, no, I don't want it on clips of coral. I think, and some of these black bits have cut off, is I quite like embossing on black. Let me find what sentiments. Oh, I know, I don't need to find. It's there. I'm going to use the Go-To Greetings because there's lots of choice on there. So I do like the fact that we've got thinking of you, happy birthday, hello, just to know and thank you. I could just make a set with all of those on and then do an extra happy birthday. Yeah, might do that. Yeah, so let's do a little happy birthday. Do I want a little? I've got different sizes. Which size do I want? I might do all of them, and then we can decide which we like better. So that's the wee one. I do love that font. Now I want clips of coral. I want Versamark. Oh, massive Crafterlanche. And I want my clear embossing powder. And I'm going to get it ready because we're going to do a very quick thing. So where's me? There we go. Does that say? No, that says black. We'll do it on the other side. So we have to be quick with this because I want to heat emboss a non-heat embossable ink. So here's my little trick for this. Didn't make it up, saw somebody else do it, thought utter genius. So here we go. We're all ready. We're gonna stick our sentiment in the Versamark, which is clear. So now we can go in the colour and then stamp it down, and then we can put our embossing powder on it and it should emboss. In theory that will work. I'm not sure how it's going to work actually on black. We'll see. So we're okay now because it's on. Put this away. And yes, I have over pressed on that happy birthday. We've got a shadow, but it's okay because I can just knock it off. Knock it off. It's one of the things that my dad used to say, knock it off or pack it in, when we were arguing, which probably did a lot with my sisters when we were little. Pack pack it in. Would be shouted at from downstairs. There we go. So I'm just going to heat that. May or may not work. It's an experiment. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Nothing lost. Well, no, we can't see the clips of coral on there at all. No, not at all. Okay. That was rubbish. Worth a try, though. But if it was on white cardstock, you probably would see it. Let me just see if I like it. So I just need to punch out that greeting. Does it fit the just leaning here? Does it fit inside this oval? No, it doesn't. Well, it does just. Yeah, we're not doing that. So that was an experiment that didn't work. We're just embossing white. That's all we're doing. So Versamark. Back to the drawing board. Bit of scrap because it might have colour on it. She looks around with a full floor. Take that out of the bin. See, there was colour on it, just not showing up on the black. Right, let's just clean that off. But if I say that is how you can emboss our ordinary ink, but we're not doing that. So there we go. Happy birthday to you. So we're just embossing white. And then I've got another idea. It may or may not work. We'll see. So, quick blast. There we go. And my thought that might work is there we go. I might get, excuse my arm. This is one of our blends. I'm going for the lighter colour because I think that might go well with the fact that that's and I'm going to put my glasses on and just sort of go over the embossing to give it a bit of colour. I maybe do need the dark one. that's really subtle. Maybe a little bit too subtle, so let's try the darker one. Oh, that's the brush end. Oh, that's a bit better. I'm just going over where the ink is embossed. I wish I could write like that. It's beautiful. There we are. So can you see? I'm not sure that you can, but it's definitely a different colour. It's definitely more this colour. There. So let's going to get my long scissors to cut this out. I don't know why I took my glasses off. I can't see. Oh, shall I do? Oh, I might cut it too far now. Just suddenly remembered I have some labels. So in this pretty pillar box, got a little label and it's got stitching around it, which will go with the stitching that's in the scallop. But I may now cut it too far. Just about wide enough, but it's now not central. So I'll quickly redo that and then cut it out. So there it is, all done. Pop it out. Yep. So that could just go across on there like so. Obviously we want to pop that up on some dimensionals. And I'm thinking that I might stick a gem on it. A gem or two. So let's have a little look, see. So we get it straight. Might go in the middle of that scallop there. And then one end's by the flower, so that it's popping that side and it's popping that side, because we've got the pink. Like that. I'm thinking, do I need a few little gems? I've got some iridescent pearls somewhere. These iridescent rhinestones. Thought they might work nice. Oh, these pastel pearls. I don't think that's petal pink, is it? Don't know what it is and it doesn't say on it. Yeah, we'll do them. I haven't used them much. Get them used. I was sorting out some gems the other day. I've been mass making some last minute Christmas cards, and found a stash of a load of retired gems that I'd forgotten I had, and thought we'll use those. So I'm just thinking it needs one either side. I might go for these middle-sized ones. He's breaking off. Yeah, it gives it a little bit of blingy. Little bit of blingy each side. There, like that. So, I think that worked out all right for making it up as I go along. So now, that's how I'm going to do them all. Obviously change the colour of the strip depending on, oh no, I'm not changing the colour, it's the same sheet, Jez, but I have got the sheet that is double matting, so we need to think about doing that. So I'm going to make 4 cards identical to that one, just probably change the sentiment, but we have got the card that we're double matting that will be different. So think about how I'm gonna do that one. And I've chosen Calypso Coral, whereas that one's Petal Pink. I'm just wondering, I might cut a Petal Pink mat and see what that looks like. So there's a Petal Pink mat. Yeah, I do prefer that. I'm not really a fan of Calypso Coral, and I thought, oh excellent, I'll be able to use my Calypso Coral paper. Well, I'm not, am I? I'm really not. So quite liking that. I might make a few of these up, the sentiments, and then try them out. Right, so I've done the other sentiments, and I did 2 thank yous, got 2 happy birthdays, a thinking of you, and just a note, and these took up less room, so I did that trick where you shorten it with the with your die, so you can, because it's got stitched edges, you can kind of feel, and it kind of locks in a stitch, so you can run it through again and just cut that end off. So that's how I did these smaller ones. So I was just sort of looking and thinking, as I always do, about the mat underneath. It's like, well, it's just a waste of cardstock in it. So I was thinking, oh, I'll gut it. So I was thinking, oh, I'll get out my stitch rectangles and gut it. And then I thought, oh, I could get out my stitch rectangles, cut a frame and put a frame on the front of this. That might look nice. So that's what I'm going to do. So and of course, even though I thought about getting my stitch frames out, I haven't. So absolutely love these. So well used, the stitched frames. So, and then of course it goes with the stitching around there as well. So I might go for a wee one. Yeah, I think that's a nice size. So it's whether that's the inside or that's the inside. No, I think that would cut too much of those flowers off, so we'll make that the outside. Yeah, I'll do that. So what I'm going to do is, out of the centre of this bit, obv's that way round, I am going to cut a frame, and then I'll have this bit in the middle for someone else, and then we've got a nice, still nice border for sticking that DSP on. Okay, so I'm going to get that cut out. So there's me frame cut out. I just use a little washi. Oh, see what I mean about it? Got to be careful. This was a new bit of washi, and it does sometimes rip. Not a massive problem, because I could cover that up with something when I choose to use it in another project. So let's just move these out of the way. So where's my card blank? There's my card blank. So put that on there. could have it the other way around. Just got options. So I actually know, because that bit's going to get covered, we'll go that way. So we'll do that. Do that. Right. I think we got to this point. My phone went, and I've just been on the phone to my sister for ages. But it was cool because I've finished all the other cards, so I'll be able to show you those. So I'm going to glue this section down. Like so. So I am actually really pleased with having now finished all the others. I'm actually really pleased with how they've turned out. Yep, I'm going to glue that down. There we go. And I'm just going to stick our frame on. I'm going to use my smaller tip bottle for this. There we go. And then we're just going to put our sentiment across there. So we'll have a little strip of this. Always use the bits around the edge of my dimensionals. Put it about there. And then, where's my little iridescent doobies? That's my cork, that helps it stand up. Particularly like Dick's, it was really wide, so it's got a wide centre of gravity. So, because this is quite heavy, I want to put it in one of my smaller ones, which is what I've got my other pokey tool in. This one fell over, so it's like craft a lunch. So yeah, I was very excited when I got this gym bowl, and it was like, oh, that would be perfect for this, and then I don't lose it. So that's that. So let me show you them all. Oh, and oh no, I need to do the middle bit. So got me a bit of white card, and that just came in for the craft lunch. So that was a bit that was cut off, and it is the perfect size for that. So that can go along the bottom. Don't know why I'm using this bit of wood grain, because it's probably not straight. There we go. So that can now get glued on the inside. So that's my one sheet wonder. That's my 2 styles of cards that I've made from that. And then these are the other one of that, and the other ones like there. I found in my stash some retired pearls that were petal pink, so I put them on, and I've got that strip, and I've got that left over, and I've got that bit left from that bit of 6x6 DSP that I used. So hope you like that. I do think it's beautiful paper, and I think that's going to make a lovely little gift for my mother-in-law. I've got some ribbon that looks retired, that is the right colour, so I could pile them up. Get a bit of ribbon, because she's got books. I usually give her some cards at Christmas time or for Mother's Day, and she's got boxes that I've already made her in the past to keep cards in, so she doesn't need a box made, because I'm sure she says some things, don't know what to do with all these boxes. So hopefully she's still got one that she can then pop this in. Where's my scissors? Let's just make it a little bit smaller. There we go. And that will just be a nice little extra gift for her at Christmas, which I'm sure she'll like, and anybody would like to receive. Okay, thanks for watching me. All the details will be down below of everything that I've used. The paper is free with a £45 order starting in January. I'm not sure when this video is going out, whether or not the catalogue's been launched or not, so this is either a sneak peek or it's not a sneak peek. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.